What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to Impactful Living Podcast.
Where it's all about impacting the masses.
And today we are going to be talking about, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things on this podcast today, baby.
All right, that was a
Talk
plan.
about it. No, but seriously, we're going to be talking about navigating sex in your marriage.
Yup.
Right? Such an interesting topic.
Interesting and sensitive.
That my husband wanted to talk about today.
Why you have to make it seem like, why you have to do that? Why you have to do that? It's
Because
all right.
sex is normal. We're married. We're grown folks. We can talk about this kind of stuff, right? And it's important, and it's important to a marriage.
It's very important to my marriage.
To your marriage. Who's it more important for, you or me? I mean, I don't know.
Oh, I think it's more important for you, but we're not going to go there right now. We're just going to
Okay,
hit
y'all
on a
hear that,
couple
ladies?
points and stuff like that, but yeah.
Okay, so what you want to talk about when it comes to sex? What do y'all want to know when it comes to sex when it has to deal with marriage? For those of you that may be new into marriage, drop below. Let us know, how long have you guys been married? Because we want y'all to chime in on this conversation. So make sure you're heading over to YouTube so you could comment below, okay?
Okay.
All right. So no, seriously, let's talk about it. Because, maintaining the desire for each other after 16 years, some people would say, oh, that intimacy is gone after a couple years. I know people that are not even hitting 5 years and not having sex. Not putting out no names. I'm not saying anything, but I know people that don't do it.
I feel sorry for them.
You feel sorry for them? Why? Why would you feel sorry for somebody?
Listen. So I know people that, they look at me and be like, it's been 2 months since they had thing with their spouse. And I'm like, you crazy, man.
No, but I think that has to do with lack of communication. Before we even really dive into that, let's talk about, you have to talk about what you want. You have to talk about your desires. You have to talk about these things before you get married. You can't just jump into a marriage.
No. Listen,
what do you mean?
If we're humping like bunnies before we got married, and then all of a sudden it just stopped, are you
what
serious?
happened? The question is, what happened for you to get to that point?
Hey, I guess they have to ask themselves that, right?
You don't have to ask yourself that, though. No, but seriously, you have to figure out what happened. Are you maintaining that desire throughout that time? Because I feel like you're going to go through different seasons in life, right? You got that beginning stage, y'all dating, you get into marriage, and then you start having children, life happens, illnesses happen, time goes by, work happens. There's a lot of demand in life.
There's a lot of demand, and sex is one of them too.
Well, it's because it was something that was discussed up front. What are your needs? What are your desires? How do you maintain desire? Like, for me, I feel like going on, and I preach this all the time. You have to continue to date each other even though you're married. Absolutely. That dating does not stop, because that's what got you to where you were. Dating, going out, getting dressed up, looking sexy. Like, I'm looking good for my man because he's about to take me somewhere after this. Yeah. But you do little things to keep that desire going. I want you to still look at me the same way. Listen, I'm in better shape than I was back then. Exactly. But like I said, it was evolving, right? We're changing and we're evolving over time.
Yeah, I met you when you was a lady. Now you're a woman.
Oh, y'all hear that? He just be dropping lyrics for y'all. He met me when I was a lady, not a girl. I was a lady. Yeah. I was evolving into my womanhood.
Yeah. So with that, I'm loving you right now. The woman that I met, the lady that I met 16 years ago, I don't know. Yeah, I loved her at that time, but I love the person that I'm with more right now.
Correct.
Because of the experiences that we've been through, because of all the things that we've been through. But we kept doing the same thing even when we first met. So we kept the dating going.
We kept the little gestures, guys. I don't know about you ladies, but I love when my man touches me, right? I like when you touch me, you hold me, you kiss me, you tap, all of that.
Whatever
I like
it is.
That intimacy.
Whatever it is, But guys, you have to just do the same thing or just like you said, evolve over time, right? You can't keep on doing the same thing that you did 5 years ago. Something you have to spice up things a little bit more.
Yeah.
Spice it up.
Spice it up, right?
Yeah, spice it up.
Listen, that's one thing about me. I'm gonna keep it spicy, okay? I don't need my man going out here looking at all these little chicks out here. But you know what? We are natural human beings. Your eyes are going to wonder no matter what. I don't care. Y'all can sit here and act like it's not true. Me and my man know that.
And we know
Okay?
that.
We know that. And
I
we're
know.
honest and open about that.
I know. There's times when
I'm
she
not
probably be in
there's
the
baddies
gym.
out there, okay?
She's probably in the gym and see some dude shirt off, muscles, all that stuff. Who am I to say, yo, don't look at that? Like, I'm not gonna tell her that. Yo, I be seeing women in there, and I'll say, hey, babe, look at that butt. Like, yo, she got a big ass, right? But those are things that we can do together, and you have to make it the relationship fun to where you could talk to each other instead of, yo, you can't even say stuff like that to your significant other, else they're gonna get mad, or they're gonna be like, so what, you want to go with her instead? Yo, that's just insecurity at that point, because if they can't talk to you like that, then it's like, yo, they just have to watch what they're doing, and people eyes wonder. I don't care who you are. People eyes wonder. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of beautiful women out there. My wife is beautiful. I love my wife. I'm glad I'm waking up every morning to her. So that's one thing I can say.
Yeah.
And I ain't going nowhere.
Never, right?
Let's
never say never, but
I ain't going nowhere.
He say he ain't going, y'all. Hold him to that. Okay? No, but seriously, managing stress also can affect sex. You going through
it could be a stress reliever too, you know.
I was about to say that. You're just taking words out
sorry,
my mouth.
Sorry.
No, but seriously, life comes with so much demand. You got work, you got kids, you got bills, you have so much that's on your weight, on your shoulders, I should say. And how do you manage to still incorporate sex?
But that's something that both people have to sit down and talk about, right? But you should know who you're with.
That part.
Because my thing is, if, like, for instance, with me and you is completely different. We know each other. But say, for instance, if somebody's that's coming home and they're always stressed out, yo, I had a tough day at work, right? And every day it's the same thing. Well, what can you do to make that person not feel like they're when they get home, they're not even thinking about work? And some of the things you could do as a person that's on the other side of it, if you say, for instance, your husband is coming home, right?
Yeah.
And he's talking about he had a bad day. Hey, hear me out, ladies. Like, this is a tip from a guy that y'all could do, right? So get some nice lingerie or whatnot. If y'all don't have no kids, then it's gonna be a little bit different, right? If y'all don't have no kids, you could do it right in front of the door. As soon as he opened up the door, you in your lingerie. Sometimes don't even have nothing on, just a robe. Lord. Or just don't have nothing on with some heels on, some nice heels. And
you dropping tips today?
Hey, whatever it is, you see what I'm saying? To take that day off of that person. You get what I'm saying? If you have kids, it's a little bit different. If you have kids, now you have to wait till the kids go to bed. But when the kids go to bed and that person is in the room, you could be like, all right, you go take a shower one night, you come out in your nice outfit, nice lingerie, whatever it is.
Surprising and switching it up.
Right. But if that person is coming home and be like, they have a bad day, I don't want to mess with them or whatnot. Like, you have to be able to see how you could help that person with a stressful day. And sometimes sex works, sometimes it don't, but sex works for some people. Sometimes sex don't work for some people.
No, but your household should be your sanctuary. I feel like, for me, speaking to ladies, like, I make sure that my home is where my man wants to come home. He doesn't come home to a nagging wife. He doesn't come home to stress. Like, when you walk in these doors, it should feel light. It should feel airy. It should be a place where you can communicate and you could talk about any and everything. And like he said, when you come home to things like that too, it helps. And not only just for women to do that. I mean, men can do it too.
I can't suggest nothing to women to do because I'm not a woman. You have to do that part.
No, but I'm just saying they can still
I
take
just
the
told the
same
ladies
tips.
what they should do if their man come home stressed.
It's the same concept. It is the same concept. It doesn't matter. I just feel like you need to set the tone in your home again for what you want, what you desire in your
True.
relationship.
True.
You know, and that's if even if that's exploring fantasies, if that's exploring certain things, but again, that's communication. You got to know, your man's got to know what you want, because the 20-year-old Chrissy is not the Chrissy today, right? Like, I'm completely different. I've been through so much when it comes to my life, you know, from health to children to just everything. I'm at a stage where my kids are grown. They're self-efficient, okay? They're self-efficient.
She said a
So
6-year-old is grown, but it's okay.
listen, but I have a
but
teenager.
but
So
yeah,
it's
we
still
have kids that are
self-efficient. They
self-sufficient.
play together, they hang out together. It's not like you needing me
No, they can
constantly.
take care of themselves. They can make food for themselves. They can do whatever they need for
Exactly.
themselves.
So me and you can have our one-on-one time. We have friends that we could drop the kids off to. We can, you know, set up, you could role play, you could do whatever you want to do. But again, it's talking about what is it that you want. Like, you got to keep your relationship spicy. Let's be
Yo,
real. George and I have not been together 16 years by just being boring.
but you know the crazy thing is too. I don't want to ask you that. I'm not gonna ask you that on here, but for the people that are listening, if you're with somebody for a long time, is like, and you never ask them what are their fantasies, like you need to,
Or
like,
what are their wants? What are
what
their
are their wants,
desires?
like what. Now you might, some people they ignore it, right? They ignore the question because they might not want to hear what they
Might
don't.
feel some kind of way
Yeah, they
about
might
it.
feel some type of way, but it's just asking what. It could be you dressing up as a nurse. It could be you dressing up in a police suit, handcuff his ass to the bed. You don't know until you ask, right? And then it could turn out to be fun for both of y'all.
Somebody said
But
they did not expect this topic from us, but they are all ears.
but for real though, it's something that if you don't ask, you won't get. And going back to that is like, ask, and if you don't ask, you don't get.
Exactly. But also, the big thing is overcoming body image issues. So, you know, obviously, I am streaming this also on my YouTube, and a lot of people deal with a chronic illness or deal with something of that nature.
Right.
But you're going through, like, who you were before, it's not the same person that you might be when you're going through a particular illness. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, like, I was, you know, young, vibrant, body put together. And then I fell into fragile, weak, lost my hair, skin dull. Like, I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel sexy. I didn't feel that type. And even though my husband still tried to push and tell me, like, you're still beautiful. And I felt like, you know, it was his job to say those
It
things,
is my job to say
you
those
know, and
things.
I
It's not.
appreciated that.
It's not because, yo, you went through stages. When I met you, you was good, you was healthy, you was vibrant, all that stuff. Hair, makeup done, you know, and then you got sick. You went down to 109 pounds.
Three
You talking about bones. You talking about seeing your collarbones.
collarbones.
Like, it's different, right? It's different, especially, and I know guys out there or even women out there dealing with this right now, where you might be with somebody that is dealing with chronic illness, whether it's be, you know, they might having cancer, right? When somebody have cancer, they're losing a lot of weight,
Yeah.
especially if they're doing
Or on
so.
dialysis, like how I
So
was.
so for some people, right? For some people, a sex drive is not gonna probably dare as much because they're going through certain things, right? But you can't make that person feel like they're not wanted, right? And I don't think I ever make you feel like you're not wanted.
No, because we talked about it, right? Because I used to always say, you know, I feel bad because I was so weak. I was so fragile. I still tried. Don't get it twisted. But I wasn't who I am today.
Boy,
I'm not who I am
boy.
today. But
Hey,
the point is,
wait. If you're patient, oh boy.
if you're patient, everything will
Oh my
play out for
God.
you. No, but you were very nurturing. You were caring. You were slow. You took your time. You know, and I know it probably felt weird for you just as well to
It's
see me
not,
in that
it's,
element.
yo, it's not the same. I'm being real. It was not the same. It was not the same to see somebody that I was with that, yo, look healthy, that is like good look, like you had weight on you to the point now where
I felt scary looking. Like I
every
didn't even
every
recognize
time,
myself.
like, and sometimes I was worried. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I was worried, but I didn't want you to feel any type of way. So those are the things, like, yo, people are gonna, and the person that you with, you have to realize this. Um, the crazy thing is we're young and we already experienced this, right? But at some point, if you're married to someone, you're going to experience this. Somebody is going to get sick. You get what I'm saying? So you just have to know when that person gets sick, you still got to hold them down. You still got to make them feel like they're worth something. You still got to make them feel like they're not less than, right? And for me, I never did that to you.
No, and it kept the intimacy. And I think because of how you treated me in my down moments, I never forgot that. Right. And so when I came up in life right now, I had to repay back for all the time missed.
Bunny,
So,
yo.
so I am different, which I appreciate you. And I love you.
I appreciate you.
So I want to say that to everybody out there. Let your person know how much you appreciate and love them, because the small little things he did for me when I was down, I never forget. So thank you. I'm not trying to get, teary-eyed, because we're supposed to be talking about intimacy. So dealing with the differences, right? So that's part of it, right? There's different stages, different challenges, different things that you're going to go through. And that was just one of the stages that we went through. It was the hardest stage, but one of the stages. And another stage is childbirth. Ladies, y'all could probably relate. When you having a baby or you have a baby, that drive might decrease.
Okay.
Right? It might decrease. But you have to still, and I always say this, you may not feel like it, but you got to try, because at the end of the day, you have to put yourself in the other person's shoes. They've been sitting, they've been waiting, there's a lot of built up frustration. And I remember that.
When you say built up frustration.
From you men.
From you men.
For you men. So for example, if you can't have sex, doctor says, hey, you're not allowed to have sex for a couple of weeks. You need to heal. Shit. That means, and if you're accustomed to doing things on a timely basis, on a regular basis, you can't, how do you maneuver?
Yo, can we go without sex for 2 weeks? Can do you think we can do that?
No. But that's just my marriage, okay? But no, not at all.
The only way that would happen is unless
we're traveling.
We're traveling. I'm in Florida.
And you still got to keep it spicy, even if you're over the internet, or even if you're in a different city. I don't care. Yes, you have to still make him feel like, man, I can't wait to come home.
Yep.
I can't wait to be with you, because you built up that excitement and those
jump
desires.
on a plane real quick
and come home.
Come home and then jump on a plane right back.
Let me see who else. Where are you guys tuning in from? I'm looking at all. Let me see. And that was from Amy. Okay. But yes, you taking it slow. Your body is changing, and that also falls into image, right? Because after you have a baby, you don't feel as sexy. You're listen. We're talking about body changes.
You went through that a little bit, but
yeah, postpartum.
I mean, I feel like I gave you your time
to an extent.
I gave you your time, right? I gave you the time the doctor told me to give you, right? But apart from that, it's like, yo, I feel like with postpartum, you dealt with certain things, and woman is gonna deal with certain things as far as their body, because for some women, they gain a lot of weight. When you had Armani, you didn't gain a lot of weight.
I was honestly, because I had 2 boys. I don't know for anybody. I had all belly.
Yeah, you didn't.
Like if you look from the back of me, you couldn't tell that I was pregnant. I was all belly. Now, when it led up to the last couple, maybe the last 2 weeks or so, I did change my face. Started changing with Armani. I had more. Ooh, it was rough.
Plump.
Plump. My face. I got discoloration. It was just crazy. But you still, the thing is, even in those stressful times, and I'm going to say having a baby is a stressful time because you're sleepless nights, you're tired, and you're maneuvering, you're new into this, you don't know what you're doing, you're trying to figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
you still kept the you weren't yelling and screaming, oh, get the baby, and I was getting mad and having resentment towards you. We shared those responsibilities. And that's one thing we've always done. Just in life, we always share the
Yeah,
responsibilities. We don't put it on just one person. And when you do that, that person respects you, they look at you differently, they have that love. Those little things matter in a relationship.
there you go. There you
You
go.
know,
There
it
you go.
does.
There you go. But yeah, with you going through that, I saw the difference as far as when you was experiencing, but I still let you feel beautiful, and I still let you know, just if you have to turn sideways, something like.
So we have a comment because I'm just gonna ignore that comment, y'all. Y'all already know how he gets. Listen, my husband is Jamaican, and whoever y'all know Jamaicans. But anyways, we're gonna leave him right where he's at. So this one, somebody said the topic is really important. It means sex is very crucial in a relationship. So sex is. So I mean, to some people it doesn't matter, but in my relationship, like I said, it does, and it should be important. You
You
should
have to,
ask your spouse. You shouldn't.
yo,
People should not walk around here and
I,
say, "Oh, sex doesn't matter." You know,
that's a
I don't.
lie.
I don't know what kind of relationship that you have.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a lie. Like if I hear somebody say that, that means that you have to check their marriage and see if their marriage is
are
on
you? Is your
proper.
marriage happy? Are y'all on the rocks? What's going
Like
on in
you
your
can't tell
marriage?
me that if it, and it all depends, right? It all depends on how you meet that person. If you guys meet and sex wasn't important to y'all in the beginning, then cool. I understand that. But for me and my wife, I know we was humping like bunnies, so
We were in
that
college. We were young. Okay, we were
so
kids.
that kept going, like especially when you meet somebody when they're young, and then like over time it's like, yo, okay, nothing, like come on, don't touch me,
What?
what like sometimes like, yo, that to me is like, you know I understand we all have our moments when we're going through certain things and we want to be alone, but at the same time it's like going for months without, like yo, I'm gonna check you, like yo, if you go even 2 weeks without saying nothing to me, I'll be like, yo, what's going on here?
Yeah, you're gonna
I'll be
have to
like,
start wondering.
I'll be
A
like, yo, what's
conversation needs
going
to
on?
happen.
Like, yo.
Sit down on this couch.
Let's talk right here, because yo, something ain't right.
Something all right.
Something not right at all. So, but that's our relationship, right? And then there's people out there, like I said, like sex may not be as important to them, or when once they have a child, then they don't feel as sexy, so they're not as confident with their body. Or it could be like, for instance, if somebody gain weight over time and they don't feel as sexy anymore, or lose weight over time and they don't feel as sexy anymore.
But you can
But
help, right? So my husband and I, I'm in a new phase of my life, right? It's called a comeback season. That's how I feel. That's what I'm calling it. And we are working out together, and I think that helps enhance. First of all, working out helps anything, right? Mental, physical, all of it. But you're working out and you're seeing the transformation in your partner. That does something,
yeah,
right? I look at my man and I'm ask him.
yeah, you got a
I'm
little hump.
always touching his arms. I'm always tapping him, letting him know, touching his, chest, and I'm letting him know, like, babe, I am so proud of you.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I tell you, I see that little, I see that butt growing.
and I'm
I see
doing
that
little
butt
things
growing.
to enhance not only myself, but it helps my relationship just as well. And the fact that we're
It
doing
does.
it together makes a difference. I feel like when you have a partner that's encouraging and pushing you and saying, you know what? I know you want to lose weight, or I know you want to gain weight, whatever it is, let's do it
It
together.
doesn't mean that you have to even go to the gym, guys. You could start small. It could just start from walking your neighborhood, walking the park, but at least you're doing something to stay healthy, right? And then from there is like, all right, we just did that together, and then all of a sudden, you're taking a jog or whatever it is. But I feel like for us working out together, it it like me watching her. doing her squats and stuff. It's like, all right, there you go.
I wasn't where I'm
There you
not
go.
where I was, but I'm happy. I am very happy with where I am, and I can't wait to see what that future holds for us. Not
Yeah.
just me, it's for us because we're doing it together.
Yeah, and since we're on the topic of postpartum,
Oh.
also you have to make sure that that child don't sleep in your bed.
Ooh,
So
preach it.
I don't care what it is, but you don't let them sleep in that bed.
Now,
Um,
there are circumstances, right? Like if you're sick and you're going through something, but that will kill intimacy altogether.
yeah.
Because at what time do you roll over? How do you have somebody in the middle of you
No,
every
we're not
single night?
No, we're not talking about newborn
Newborn. We're not
babies,
talking about that.
right? We're talking about once they start running around and stuff, and they be
It's
like,
like my
"Mommy."
my 6-year-old sleeping in the bed with me
He
every
always
night.
want to.
Absolutely not.
He always wants to. And you know what? You know what? Sometimes you'll give them the benefit of the doubt. You'll be like, all right, go ahead and go sleep. And once they ask fall asleep,
Out.
take them to their rooms. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
And
so-
Giovanni actually did mention that too the other night. He was like, why is it that every time I try to fall asleep in your room, that daddy takes me out? I was like, baby, I don't know. I
So-
just play it off.
So it's like, yo, you gotta keep that separated, because it's like you letting that child come in between something that you guys built. And remember, it's because of what you did. It's because the child is there, right? So I
But-
just think that you have to create that boundary where, yo, now and then they could sleep in the room. Yeah, you're not planning on doing nothing tonight. All right, cool. But like for the most part, don't make it a situation where they always want to come sleep in the bed with y'all. And then now when you put them in their room, they'd be like monsters. No, it's okay. There's no monster.
No, not even that though. You have to also remember that these kids are gonna get up, are gonna grow up, and they're gonna leave. Right?
Yep.
So you have that wedge. All these years you've had this child sleeping in your room
Yep.
constantly, nonstop. And now you lost your intimacy with your partner. Your child's grown off to school.
And
And
getting
then,
his intimacy on with other people.
right? And now you're what would you call that? Like lacking in your own marriage. My marriage is first and foremost. My kids know that. Like my husband, my marriage is first. Because of your daddy is why you're here, right? And I know that they're here for a short season in our life, and we're gonna do the best that we can, send them off, and then it's back to us. We gotta have that connection. Like I want to be 60 years old and still getting it. Like I still want to enjoy life. I tell my kids that all the time.
I'll be
When y'all
70.
out, we're
I'll
gonna be
se-
enjoying.
I'll be 70 with a cane, or not 70 with a cane, but 80, 85 with a cane, and I'm still getting it.
No teeth at all.
No teeth. As long as my shit work, I'm good.
You know? So
By then,
y'all never know what you're gonna expect when you listen to Impactful Living Podcast.
Viagra. By then,
We surprise you. We never know.
knows?
We talk about marriage. We talk about all different types of, topics when it comes to this podcast. But we do want to hear from you guys. Like, what are some things that you guys want to know about marriage? Like I said, George and I have been together 16 years, and we just felt people always wanted to know, like, what is the secret? How you guys been together this long, especially being young. So we just, try to come on and drop gems and tell you guys, and whatever you guys want from us, we'll come on and talk about it just as well.
There you go.
Anything else you want to talk about, sex?
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Oh, with that being said, that's my cue to say thank you guys so much for, tuning in to Impactful Living Podcast today. And we hope to see you guys on the next episode. All right, guys. Bye.